Hello humans, thank you so much for coming to my channel today. For this video, I'm going to talk about the Graptosedum California Sunset. The colors of this succulent can vary depending on how much sun they are exposed to, so they can be pink, blue, or green. It's part of the Crussulaceae family and it blooms in the winter/spring period. This succulent has high speculation that it might be a hybrid between the Graptopetellum and the Sedum adolphi. This plant will indicate if they are feeling sick from too much fertilizer as well. They can communicate with you and they can turn green and begin to look like weeds if they are receiving too little sun or have too much fertilizer. So make sure to give them fertilizer in the springtime because they don't need it in the summer or winter. Lastly, this succulent is not a hardy succulent, so make sure to bring it in for the winter because they can only withstand up to 32 degrees Fahrenheit in the colder periods of the year. Also, while I was doing research on this plant to find out a little more about it, I came across a website called Fat Plants San Diego, and for some reason I confused it with this one, but the one they were advertising was the Graptopetellum California Sunset. So there's a difference between that one and the Graptosedum California Sunset. They have very similar names, but they are different. The Graptopetellum California Sunset looks very similar to the Echeveria Golden Glow in my opinion. What do you think? This succulent also resembles the Echeveria variegans, except for in pink rather than purple. And for now they're green, but that is because I just need to expose them to a little bit more sun and keep them there for longer periods of time. So if that is happening to your succulents, they are turning green or they are turning somewhat yellow and pale, yes, that is what is wrong with them. You just need to expose them to a little bit more vitamin D and they'll expose their natural pigmentations and they'll be beautiful again. But for now it kind of is sad because it's winter and not a lot of sun comes out in the winter, but we have to take advantage of that afternoon sun as well, and not just that morning sun that shines through the windows. Right now, I actually took this little planter from outside, and I'm cleaning it off because it's a little bit dirty and I don't want it to be dirty inside. So I'm just taking the dirt off of it. And as you can see, mine, they're a little bit yellowish green. And I feel like that's because it hasn't been sunny for very long here in Texas. But the edges of each flower petal actually have some pink to them. So that's very good. And they look a little bit stretched out, but I think that's because they've been growing. But I do have to say that my succulents need to be exposed to more sunlight. They are a little bit too green, and that is an indication of not enough sun exposure. So that's a really cool thing to look at whenever you're taking care of your succulents and stuff like that. And so it's actually been really cold in my city here in Texas, so it's been around 30 degrees Fahrenheit or lower, and I think today it was like going to be around 40, so it's been pretty cold. This wraps up my video, folks. Stay tuned for more succulent talk every week, and don't forget to rate this video by giving me a thumbs up and tell me what you thought of today's succulent in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching. Peace and happy propagating.